on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal Spaz Phoenix, the YWC Reality Check. This is your TNA Emergence and AAA TRIPLEMANIA 33 preview. And I'm very fucking tired, but we can swear on YouTube, and
You
that
need
is
some
Jake
Stone
fucking
Cold
DeMarco.
in
What's
your
going on,
life.
buddy?
Get some energy, boy. Get excited. Get psyched. It's TRIPLEMANIA. It's Emergence. It's essentially their biggest show and a throwaway show for TNA combined into one hell of a wrestling weekend. Let's get you pumped.
You know what the most hysterical thing about this is, right? Is we've had a lot of WWE shows in the past little while come to a weekend where there's a lot of wrestling to talk about that's not WWE, and both shows are full of WWE people.
Yes. So before we even get into the card, I want to know your take on the current hot button issue in the IWC. Is WWE ruining AAA's identity? Basically, what they're accusing them of is just inserting WWE star here in every match. And it's that they're not wrestling the same lucha style. They're not having the same type of stories continued. Like, everything's been kind of in an upheaval because of how it's been procured. That WWE owns them now, and there's certain things in play, but pretty much they're pulling the strings. So how do you feel about that? Do you feel like AAA is going through an identity crisis, or do you feel like they're going to benefit from all the added star power that WWE is bringing in?
It's a great question, and unfortunately, I'm the last person that should answer it because I had not seen a lick of AAA until the announcement that they'd been purchased by WWE. So I don't have a before and after thing to compare it to. Like when they brought Vikingo into AEW for some spots, and when they brought Vikingo into TNA for some spots, both companies gave like little video packages of like, hey, this is Vikingo, this is what he does, and it's like focused on him, but like obviously from AAA. And it's like you can't get much of an idea of a company from one wrestler's like hype package. So there's probably a little bit of WWE ism happening, but I can't give an answer because I don't know what the before looked like.
See,
other than the fact that they have a six-sided ring, and the six-sided ring brings up the whole. I think it's a really cool concept, and every wrestler that wrestles on a six-sided ring is like, nah, it sucks. It's harder. It's the angles are weird, and that's why TNA never brought it back.
Which I understand,
but also because of the shape of it, like it makes the density of the ring more dense and all that kind of thing. So it's one of those like I really like it. I don't like it so much that I want wrestlers to wrestle on a ring that they are very outspoken about not wanting to wrestle on. That being said, AAA, TRIPLEMANIA, probably going to be a shorter conversation, so we'll start with that.
Yeah, I like your take, but I was more like less logical and more just feeling based is basically what I was trying to draw out of you. I'm not gonna lie,
I didn't watch the other TRIPLEMANIA that was after Worlds Collide.
Yeah, that was a regalia show or whatever. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, the one that we couldn't get here, and then we could get it later. And I watched like the tag stuff, and I watched a couple like clips here and there. But again, it's one of those like I saw it. It was different enough. I didn't watch enough of it to feel like I'm giving a proper like, hey, this is what it was like. I know Joe Hendry got the huge reaction. I know the tag match was great.
Well deserved.
All the stuff surrounding Angel and Berto picking up the AAA tag titles that have been represented now on SmackDown, which is kind of cool. But again, it's one of those things where we weren't able to watch it on the night like we were with Worlds Collide, and I guess the loophole there was it was a WWE show with AAA people on it. It wasn't a AAA show, and they were in a square ring, and in that way, it was WWE house show with guests. The Worlds Collide show. So I didn't even take that necessarily as an indicator of like what we have going forward. And there's been dueling rumors as to whether or not they're going to hold on to the six-sided ring going forward, even with the AAA shows. The bigger point of conversation coming out of Monday Night Raw is the commentary team.
Well, really quick before you stray, my quick take on it was this.
Mm.
I would not be watching the show if it wasn't for Heather's involvement, the WWE
Facts.
side being
Facts.
involved, because I'm not a big Lucha fan. I liked Lucha Underground, but that was
A
completely,
different thing,
yeah,
yeah.
that was like Grindhouse meets drama movie meets the ultimate kayfabe. I mean, they had people dying on that show,
Yeah.
on a
And see,
regular
my thing
basis.
is I don't mind lucha, but, like,
Oh, I
as
don't
part of
mind
the
it, but I mean, it's not
a
something that I would go
as
out of
part
my
of the
way to
buffet,
watch. Yeah,
right? Like, I'll
but I
watch,
don't want
like,
that to be the key ingredient.
yeah, I'll watch, like, I'm gonna use really stupid example here, but I'll watch, like, a Kurt Angle, Daniel Bryan match, and then I'll watch a Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman match, and then, okay, the next one's coming out are luchadors, okay, cool. Like, that kinda thing.
Yeah, I want a hot dog, a burger, and some potato salad. I
Yeah,
don't want to eat just chicken wings. Exactly. And
exactly.
that's kind of the thing of what I'm enjoying here, because the Vikingo match that he had previously with Chad Gable was not, it had lucha in it, but it was not a typical what you would, or I would deem, a lucha match, right? I mean,
But it was a which is just as important, it was a styles make matches match because you had, like, a
oh,
lucha guy and
absolutely.
a technical guy, and they worked well together. I think you get high flyers with other high flyers, you get grapplers with other grapplers, or you get high flyers with grapplers. I don't think you have the same synergy with grapplers and big guys or luchadors and big guys. There's obviously the odd exception,
Yeah,
but I
it
don't think
happens here or
it's
there.
but I think it's really cool, and the whole, like, the very first time I ever took a look at a TNA show was when somebody messaged me, and this is, like, ages ago, before Facebook, before anything, and it's like, "Oh, like, you liked the Hardy Boys when they were in WWE." I say, "Well, yeah, of course I like the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys are fucking awesome." Well,
Absolutely.
and I
Think
don't even
about
know what
people
show
watching TNA because of them, like you said. I mean, and they're not
but
just resting
what
on
got
their
me into
laurels.
it.
They're putting into extra effort to really try and, I mean, they're not having 5-star matches, but they're not having
No.
duds either.
But what got me into it was somebody said to me was, "Hey, this weekend there's this random show coming up, and the main event is Jeff Hardy and Jeff Jarrett in a ladder match in a six-sided ring." And I'm like, "Okay, you had my interest. Now you have my attention." like like that kind. Throw some like weird shit at me, and like, all right, we'll have a look.
Yeah,
The only
absolutely.
the only New Japan match I've ever watched was when Jericho went over there the first time and fought, Kenny, and that was the first time I'd ever seen Kenny as well, so it is what it is.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, we'll knock off the thing that we
I,
can't really predict first
exactly, because we don't know who's going to be participating. But
in the
I just want
Bardol
to put a
Cup.
little bow on the statement, because I see people being like, "Oh, see, this is WWE ruining everything it touches right now," and I don't agree with that either. I don't think Triple H is the best booker ever, and he's very
No,
self-flating lately. Like he's doing things just to shock the marks. Like the Seth thing makes really just no sense. I mean, I know
yeah,
Paul sold it, and they wrapped it up
they're
in a way
really
that it
okay.
goes, but
I don't wanna divert too much because
no, I don't
it's
either.
all
But
very
it is,
tired in here, but, like, there needs to be a discussion, and, like, I'll put this on myself as well because 'cause I'm just as guilty. When somebody comes along and says, "Oh, this sucked," or "That sucked," or whatever, like, stop and pause and be like, "Okay, did it suck or was it just not for you?"
yes.
Now, some stuff, like, you can tell on all parties, some stuff just falls apart, and that can happen to anybody, but,
I
like
feel like most of Cena's heel turn run
mm,
sucked, like legitimately sucked,
mm.
and
But that's why I love the
the
fact that, like,
only
they didn't even try to hide it.
no.
They just literally looked at how bad it was going, and they just threw on the brakes.
They knew that the Rock fucked off. They knew that Travis Scott didn't put in any time and effort, and it was dumb to try and put their chips in his corner, because they were just going
And
off
plus
of name value with him, and then they
they knew they
found
had
out
another superstar waiting in the wings as well.
exactly, and then on top of it, they didn't need Travis. He wasn't bringing it, like he wasn't doing it for them. His engagement was not appreciated by the wrestling audience.
No.
He was not, it wasn't lauded of him being there at fucking, ruining WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm glad
But you
we
know what it
got the
is though?
match we
Like,
got at SummerSlam and they gave us a make good for it in the same year. But these are long wasted moments that did not need to exist. We have
but you know what
missed
it is?
out
Like,
on a
you know what
lot
it
of
is though as well,
things.
right? And I don't like the last thing I want to do when I'm tired is open up a Vince conversation, right? They saw the Cena
Granted,
thing.
I'm drowning
They
down.
tried as much as they could to make the Cena thing work. When they got to the rock bottom of it, no pun intended, and said, "Okay, this definitely isn't working." They threw on the brakes and said, "Okay, we're doing this now." Vince
Yeah.
wouldn't have done that.
No. No.
Vince would have ridden it out to the hilt, and we would have had babyface Roman Reigns for another 100 years. It's
Yeah. I
fine.
mean, no, you're not wrong. Honestly, I
Speaking of
agree with
unpopular
that.
people, though, and I'm gonna make this a really, really awkward transition to another topic. Um,
Love it.
two things to say because the commentary was a big thing in the past little while. Because it's been pretty well known that Corey Graves was going to be on the call for this show, and then just this week they confirmed that it was JBL. Now, first of all, everybody that's wanting to make something out of something, meh, 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 it's JBL. Okay, that's a conversation to have. The conversation I want to have is there's been a lot of hubbub around Corey Graves. There was him not being happy about stuff. There was him not being happy about moving back down to NXT for a bit. And then they kind of slid him back onto the main roster again. It really does feel like they've carved out AAA as like, this is going to be your thing.
Yeah, this
And I,
is
and I,
your
and I kind of love that for Corey Graves because I really like him on commentary. And I really
well,
like him as the call guy, not the
yeah,
color,
and you
because he
nailed it
can do
before
both.
too because he's multifaceted, he's very talented, he's great at telling a good story. And what's upsetting is that for so long he just I don't want to say he was overlooked or but there wasn't a spot for him. There really wasn't. Where was he going to
Well, thing
go
is, when
because
he's the color guy,
yeah.
when he's the color, it's kind of you have to kind of be a character when
Yes.
you're the color guy because you're adding color to what's happening. When they switched it up, okay, I'm gonna get canceled for saying that, but when they moved him, and I don't remember why it was, there was a shuffle on SmackDown for a little bit there where he was put on, I think, with Wade Barrett for a little bit. Wade Barrett was on color, and it actually put Corey Graves in the play-by-play role, and he kind of shed the character a little bit and was just able to like, I know my shit. I've got my notes. I've done the work, so to speak, as
Yeah.
much as I hate that expression. Like as much as I like him as a character, I think I like him more as a play-by-play guy.
Yeah. No, I
Like
totally agree.
he's not quite a straight man like Michael Cole or who's the other guy they got on there now?
Oh God.
Can't think
No,
of his name. Anyways,
yeah.
somebody's
Don't
yelling it in the comment section.
yes, I'm so
Um,
bad with this, and I've honestly have not slept in a day and a half, so I totally feel you as well. I've been up
yeah.
since God knows when, and not
Well,
an
you have
exaggeration.
surgery. I just have endless days at work. We are
Granted,
not the
we're
same.
yeah,
Uh,
but we are. We're
but I do
suffering in
think like
unity.
and last time it was Conan and people had their say about that and now it's JBL and people are going to have their say about that. But
You know I'm not
if
a
they're
JBL fan, and I'm looking
yeah,
forward to it because I like him on commentary. I don't like his wrestling, and I don't like his politics, and it's not politics. I mean, like, Republican. I
his
mean, like,
wrestling politics.
yes, the wrestler's
Yeah.
core and all the that bullshit.
Mhm.
He was a bully and he
I
was
don't
an
like him
asshole.
randomly showing up as a character where no company where he's shown up has actually known what he's there for.
They
Like
apparently
I
had
don't
a payoff that fell out, and he was pissed about it, and I don't blame him because you're talking about how many months of a story he put in with he was being like the first it was like he was the bad guy, then oh no, he's the justice enforcer and he's
no,
saving the
but he was showing
day
up at
and
like every promotion
everywhere.
and
Oh
he's just
yeah.
like he showed up at
GCW
Destiny.
and yeah.
Check it off your Spaz Phoenix bucket list. It's fine. Um, but it was like everywhere he went, he just kind of came in, fucked somebody up and left. And it's like, okay, he's just the wild bullshitter. Like it doesn't work. And I think he thought he had something there where there was going to be a big reveal on like a like have a big reveal at like a SummerSlam and suddenly whatever that reveal was, everything he did at every indie show would suddenly make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would have been. I'm willing to open up my mind if somebody tells me what the idea was supposed to be, but I have no idea what the idea was supposed to be. So to have him back on commentary where he's very good at winding people up
Yeah.
is a good time. But no, as much as people are bitching about him, having a job.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a Sydney Sweeney, Gina Carano situation going on there.
And Billie
My,
Eilish now. Oh God.
oh my God, she's
I know. I
proud of
know. I won't
being
derail
Irish,
you
and
anymore, but
I the
that's not a
world's
race.
fucking
That's a
stupid.
nationality. Oh my God. I can't
That's
be racist against a nation. It's like, oh, you people.
The world is fucking stupid. Did I tell you the story about I nearly killed a guy at Walmart? We'll save that for another day when I'm more awake.
Yes, I
Bottom
want to
line,
hear this story. So, dude,
everybody bitching about JBL. I want to put the focus on Corey Graves because it seems like there's a cool thing happening for Corey Graves. If they're really going to blow up the AEW as like a fourth brand, where I guess NXT is the third brand, and it's going to be his thing. Love that for him.
yeah, no
That's
doubt
all I
about
really
it.
have to say about it. Now, the participants in the Bardal Cup, the Bardell, what the fuck is that? Bardal TripleMania Cup.
Yes, we
I
don't
thought
know
Bardal
any of
was
their participants, so
I
that's
thought
fucked.
Bardal was the name, but apparently it's a gas company that's just
Yes,
sponsoring the cup.
it's like the
Um,
Slim Jim table.
Yeah, which is fine. It is what it is. There's going to be a bunch of people in there that I don't know, and
Oh,
somebody
buddy,
from
I butchered pronunciations tonight still. I feel terrible about it too. Like I swear to you, before we went live, I listened to the names so I could go ahead and be like, oh, all right, I wanted to make sure I didn't do a bad job with any pronunciations. I wanted to be, you show respect. And
yeah.
instead, I managed to just butcher everything. So that was
Oh yeah,
not a,
I do my best. It is what it is. It's the same as anybody from anywhere else might come butcher my name for all we care, but like we cannot be dicks about it.
yeah,
My
hey.
point being is like the one.
And calling you Spaz Phoenix, I mean, Spaz has been pretty much a colloquialism that's canceled out everywhere. So
Yeah.
you're the
Oh yeah,
last rider of a spazzy day, my friend.
that's why friggin' angry Sidgwick over on What Culture made them call me Mr. Phoenix because he didn't want to offend people or whatever, even though he's a fucking twat.
Mr. Phoenix. So
Yeah, but
ridiculous.
at least like friggin' anybody else you talk to over there, at least they're like kind
We're
of
not,
fun with it.
yeah, but we're not
It's
calling you a spaz. That's what you're referred to
Yep.
as. Like that always bothered me. Whatever.
I'm out on the raft. Call me N-word Jim. Anyways, moving swiftly on. Moving swiftly.
Oh
I got
God.
in there. I got in there in the chat one time with the what's the difference between AEW and my nephew? My nephew can draw. Hey.
Oh God, yeah, that's definitely gonna
But
piss him off, right?
anyways, so what I was gonna say, the only thing I will say for the cup, I don't. It doesn't say how many matches. It just says there's going to be a cup match, participants plural to be announced. Um, the one company that had a working relationship with AAA before WWE was TNA. So if we get a couple of surprise TNA people, with this being the day after Emergence, yeah, we're kind of doing this backwards, guys. By
Yeah,
the way, if you
we
haven't figured
we
it out,
are,
we're
but that's
doing
okay.
triple.
We're making it
We're
work.
fucking awake and professional here.
Yeah,
A couple of surprise people popping up from TNA would be fun. Get like a Crazy Steve in there, or even a
yeah,
Leon
absolutely.
Rush or something like Leon. Yeah, Leon. Oh, sorry,
Leon Rush,
Leon Slater.
Slater.
Leon Slater, not Rush. Oh fuck me.
Oh, that made me pop. I don't know why that was so stupidly funny.
It's
Because you and I are bashing everybody else for being idiots, and we're like, what's the name of the guy that does stuff in the ring?
the guy that does the stuff with the thing. Okay,
Yeah. Oh, buddy.
AAA Reina de Reinas champion, Lady Flamer versus Fabi Apache versus the only person I know in the match, Natalia.
Yeah. This
I'm
is new
kind of
Natalia.
being
I'm hoping that we get too, because that
okay.
fierce, brutal Natalia.
Okay. We're on the same page
All
here
right.
because you're reading my mind, because I've heard since she's had her time away and she's been doing the blood sport stuff, and I haven't gotten off my ass and seen any of the blood sport
Oh,
stuff. So
you're
I'm
missing not
hoping.
just Bloodsport, but when she was in the Crockett Cup, and they did stage it when she
Oh, that's
attacked a
right. She was
fan
in
in the
Newport as well,
audience. But
right?
like she's been around and delivering consistently, and it's been
So I'm
fucking
hoping.
entertaining.
I'm hoping that this is my chance to see that version of Natalia, because the Natalia that we have on main roster WWE is just kind of Maxine's cheerleader, which is
Well, that's what I said.
fine, but
She's a badass for a long time and never really
mm,
got to be viewed as such. Like she's a legitimate badass. That girl
mm,
can fuck people up. and she doesn't
Well,
get
and there's
that
somebody
kind
else we're
of.
going to talk about later on that has a pretty unique situation developing as well. Uh,
Yes.
that I could see mixing it up with Natalia eventually.
A-
And this
And I
this
want to
is a
borrow
really
you at
bad.
some point. We'll see if you have any time over the next few days or whatnot. But I
Yeah,
do want to discuss this cross stuff because
it's a work.
it is a work, but
It's a work. Like I don't. The annoying thing. Okay, we'll divert for a second.
all
The
right, we'll give
annoying
the
thing
click of it.
about this. The annoying thing about this for me is I don't have anything to say about it. It's a work.
It's an
You all
absolute work. The
okay?
documentary built
Here
to the end of
here
his, you know,
here's what I've been saying online for about a week now, and I know you've seen it because you've laughed along with me.
yes,
They had you believing that R-Truth was released. They
yes,
had you believing that Rollins was injured. They had you believing that Sasha Banks was talented. They had you believing Brock Lesnar was guilty. Now they've got you believing that Cross has been released and that Naomi is injured instead of knocked up. What else will
yeah.
you believe tomorrow?
And you know what kills me really in all of it is that we're basically stuck in the same like repeating loop, just with a different victim or different mindset and different
Mhm.
victim mentality every time.
But here's the thing, Jake, I don't want to be a dickhead, and I
No,
know
that's not our
when
intention
I
here.
no, when I listen to myself back on these pods, and yes, I do listen to myself back on these pods when I'm bored at work. Like I know I come across like I'm talking down to people. It's sometimes it's intentional, most of the time it's not, right? But
Yes,
like there's basic shit going on here. You wouldn't put him in a 3 or 4 month program with somebody like a Sami Zayn at that level. You wouldn't feature him on your first ever WrestleMania level SummerSlam.
thank you.
If he was actually bitching about his treatment, they wouldn't be giving him time on TV
Well, the
to bitch about
documentary
his
he put
treatment.
out literally said, "Hey, I want everyone to know I'm not unhappy. This is just story." Like he was very
Mhm,
worried that people were going to think somewhere like, "No, this is real." And he's exemplified the words of, the grass is greener on the other side, then water your
mhm,
fucking grass. And I feel that like in my bones with
mhm.
him. That's what makes me connect to him because yeah, you could go to
Well, the thing is,
AEW
like,
and become
there's
Malachi
nothing.
Black, or you can fucking nut up and make something. And he did it. He got that connection with the fans organically. Motherfucker did it.
But the thing is, like, and I don't think every other company out there should be used as a backdoor to get back to WWE, right?
No.
But there are other places to go where WWE, if it was real, and
Yes.
I don't think it is. If get guys more than ever, I say get in the comment section and tell me if you think I'm a dickhead here. If it's real, and I don't think it is,
Yes.
if it's real, he can go have a run in Noah and come back
Oh yeah.
because somebody in WWE talks to guys in Noah. He can like okay, it's kind of tangential because they're part of WWE, but imagine like Killer Cross has a AAA run.
And there's what if TNA? What if there's
TNA, well, TNA is the obvious one, yeah.
but
Um,
but there's other. He can go to GCW because they have a
mhm,
with Bloodsport and stuff. They have a working
mhm,
relationship.
mhm. Look at Shayna Baszler, who's off other places doing other things, and she still comes in every now and then to like agent a match for NXT.
Yeah,
Like, there's
because
so
she
many.
still has passion to do it, and she still likes being with the company, and she likes to come in and have the
I,
ability to do so.
you know what's funny? I bet like of all the wrestlers that you can think of, like I bet Shayna Baszler would be a really chill person to talk to.
Oh,
And
oh,
I'm
she
not really
absolutely
basing that
is.
on anything, but like it's one of those like, oh, if you could talk to somebody for a day, like, I'd be fine if you let me go and chill with one of the ring crew guys for a day because they've probably got a
No, no,
story.
she abso-fucking-lutely is, and people
Mhm,
have said this over and over again, like
mhm,
especially when the Rhonda thing was like, oh, Rhonda's hard to approach, and she's like, no, we talk to everybody, everybody's fun and
yeah.
enjoyable, and people have a good time.
And supposedly she goes to bat for a lot. Like, not that she was featured super well on the main roster, but she was known for like, hey, I really want to try and have a match with so and so. Like, same with like Becky and Natty and people like that.
Yeah,
But like her having that crossover, not she was Ronda Rousey without being treated like Ronda Rousey, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, that I totally
Like, she
get
just came
that.
into NXT and, like, she Ronda Rousey'd NXT, and by the time she got to the main roster, this is, like, Shayna Baszler from NXT, so it was, like, a reverse Ronda Rousey in a
Yes.
way. Anyways, but yeah, the cross things will work, and I don't know how many other ways
The
to
only thing
say
that
to
was weird
people.
was Pro Wrestling Tees, and they do have a some small working relationship because you it's hard to picture WWE being willing to give up any money. You know what I mean? Like fucking at all. And
Yeah, but
he
how
was selling so
how easy
much.
would it be for WWE to release some, like, not WWE cross merch on a separate page and just, like, back channel the profits or
Yeah, maybe
whatever?
they made it from Pro Wrestling Tees for themselves. I mean, anything is possible.
Yep.
But the way the documentary that he had put
I
out.
haven't seen it, so
Okay,
I'm talking out
it's
of my
I
ass.
watched it in the hospital that day, or getting home from the hospital, and it
Yeah,
was a great watch. Certainly I was in the right mindset for it, and it covers his Bloodsport match, and no,
nice.
that was the first one. First one covered his Vegas weekend, how the Bloodsport ended, and his promo. The second one goes ahead and shows the after effects and how we want Cross, and then up into him getting his contract let go. And the day that
Nice.
he cut that promo of the go guy in the truck, go fuck yourself, he
Yeah.
legitimately said, and people didn't catch on to it because it was still live after. Everyone just thought when it ended there, but he says one more thing after that. He stands up and says, they even leaked my contract info. I have no privacy. They leaked that his contract was ending August 9th or whatever. When did they do that for anybody else and give you the exact date? Like
Exactly.
they tell you so and so's contract is ending, but they don't announce it. Like they were announcing that his contract was ending.
Mhm.
I don't see them letting him go, even if he is hunting for gasoline. Like
You know, the last
I
time
don't
they
see it
made such a
happening.
big the last time they made such a big deal about somebody's contract supposedly ending?
Yeah.
CM Punk,
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Money in the Bank 2011.
Yes, and people seem to overlook that
And it
constantly.
work, work,
And
work, work, work. Anyways.
so
Anyways,
yes, back to
so yeah,
the
that
or
was a
starting of the predictions.
mini pod within the pod. Natalia takes the AAA title. Why the hell not?
That was my absolute prediction. I'm sticking with it.
All right, next one. I got nothing to say really. El Macias versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. For the AAA Latin American Championship. Hey, I figured
So
that I got that one pretty well.
you got that
Um,
nailed. I think Dr. Wagner is a very over entity and he's going to be much bigger than he is now. The only thing is that because I feel like Natty's winning the belt there, I don't imagine they'll do like, back to back title changes and whatnot. So to me, I kind of just feel like, hey, we're getting what we're getting and that's all there is to it. If you get my drift.
I'm looking at the I
I,
just clicked
I,
on the
I think
I just clicked
the champ
yeah, I just
retains.
clicked on the wiki for the title itself. It's not a bad looking belt.
Oh no, not at all. It's a hell of a
It's better
belt.
looking than the mega title. The
Yes,
mega
indeed.
title looked a little plastic. I'm just putting it out there. It's not. I know that it's not, but it looks a little plastic. I'm gonna go with El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. just because I like his name. And I think he's
See,
related. I think he's related to Vaughn. El
Von
Hijo de
Wagner,
Dr. El Hijo de Dr. Von
Von
Wagner
Wagner
Jr.
Jr.
All right, so I'm
I
going
think
with him
that
for name reasons.
yeah, I think the champ is retaining. I think that's what it's going down to be because I don't see multiple belts changing. I think if too many belts change hands, I mean both guys are
Yeah,
though actual um
AAA
AAA
guys.
talents, so it
This is
wouldn't
the only
be yeah.
title that's not in danger of being taken by a quote unquote WWE guy.
Yeah, so which
Um,
is not. I mean, it's a crazy thing to think, but
well, they might get one back in the next match because the next match is the AAA tag titles being defended by Los Garzas, Berto, and Angel against your favorites, Pagano and Psycho Clown.
I mentioned this earlier on the stream, saying how friggin' lucky we are to have them back again. Yay, boys! Yay,
The favorite. Oh, come on,
my
Psycho Clown and
favorites.
Iguana.
What it
Who was
is?
it? Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown on
Yes,
SmackDown, and everybody was like Iggy and the Clown.
Iggy and the Clown. it just makes me somehow like I see them coming out and I just hear All Star by Smash Mouth playing over and over, like,
Nice. Nice.
but in reverse, where they sing the
Oh.
lyrics backwards, like it's you
Oh.
know, instead of told me once somebody star, no, I won't be, no, like that kind of idea, like that's what I hear.
Oh. Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So reason being is because they feel ancient to me, but I looked it up. Psycho Clown started in 2000. He's been around for 25 years.
Wow.
That's a lengthy trip around the sun a few times for a wrestler to have that long of a career. And then, surprisingly enough, we have the one, the only Vegano who started in 2008. And I was wrong. I feel like he's been wrestling since dirt was found, and that's
Nice.
not the case. So the two of them just feel stale to me. I really feel like that's kind of because they don't quite feel like legends. They are popular and revered,
And
and I
again,
get that, but
this is where they get a huge pass from me because like this year, these guys are brand new to me. Same
yeah.
thing with
See,
Mr.
I
Iguana. Same
have
thing with a couple of other people.
not watched faithfully, but I have kept up with some of it, especially when I was
Yeah.
on other shows and was kind of my job to be the guy that watched the shit everywhere else at that point. I was watching New Japan, I was watching Ring of Honor, I was watching everything that led up to the creation of AEW without AEW being
I'm the
created.
opposite. I will watch anything outside of WWE as soon as WWE buys it.
Right? As soon
This
as
is
they own
I'm
it,
the
then I'll take it.
I'm kind of laughing, but have you noticed the and I'm going to try and not to mention the mud show too much because I'm already having a day here, right? Have you noticed the narrative
Yes,
now?
absolutely.
Well, one of the many narratives
I
from
did
the
indeed.
AEW tribalists that if you don't watch AEW, you must be one of those assholes that only watches WWE.
Oh, God. Like, oh, because
Like,
you only watch
okay,
a show that you enjoy. God forbid.
no, but if you don't watch AEW, you must be only watching WWE.
Yeah,
That math ain't mathing.
you can't watch Impact, you can't watch any, it's only WWE if you're not watching AEW. And
Like,
that's
I'm not gonna lie to you, my, length and breadth of what I watch in the past 5 years has, like, multiplied. Like,
yes, you've increased tenfold.
I refound myself with TNA because I fell off TNA for a long ass time. I was always going to Destiny shows, but it's, like, for a while, that was just like, it's something happening in my town type of
Yeah.
thing, and now they're trying to get up and go, and we're gonna
But now like they've always had top-notch stars and talent, but now
yeah.
they've really stepped it up for
They're a
you
little,
guys.
I don't wanna say organized, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but, like, it feels bigger
Much more legitimate.
since Emilio took over from Iceman, and Iceman who's now in TNA, I don't like, there's it's gonna sound like I'm taking a shit on Iceman, and I'm not. The dude's a really nice guy,
Yeah.
but, like, there with Destiny now, like, there's a bigness to it that wasn't there before,
Exactly
but,
what I'm
like,
trying to
out of
explain. You nailed it.
nowhere
Thank you. Or into
out of nowhere
somewhere.
though, like ML yeah, well, fair enough. Like MLP kinda came up out of nowhere, and it's a lot of fun. And it's just like, okay, for everybody that ever came over and said, "There's more than just WWE," it kind of feels like the opposite now. Like, I have to go to the other side and be like, "There's more than WWE and AEW." Like, am I
You're
a
not
dickhead?
wrong.
Like,
No, I don't. I
right?
don't feel like you're a dickhead for that. I honestly think no. I'm being like 100% serious. I really don't
Because
feel
it's a
like
weird
that's a
thing.
dickhead
Like
comment to have
if I met
because.
somebody that didn't like WWE, first of all, like, you're wrong, but that's fine. Uh
But
But,
see,
like, I
we could
wouldn't
make
say, "Oh,"
jokes out of it and be like, "Oh, you
but I
don't like it?"
wouldn't
Well,
say, like, "You must be one of those dickheads that only watches AEW." Because
yeah,
if you don't watch WWE, oh, you must be one of those people that probably knows more than me about everything
everything.
else.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Oh, you guys know this.
when there's people that I don't know and I go to you, I've got the story with Guapo when I was like, "Oh, tell me who this Ember Moon chick is." "Oh, kind of she's kind of like Chick Finn Balor, and she does a stunner from the top rope."
Yep.
Cool. That's all the context I really need.
Exactly. You
But
just need to. Well, now things are less nuanced. They're more direct in storytelling. As were before, you really didn't get a ton of developed character story.
what's kind of funny, like we talk about, and we're gonna do this in a separate pod, but the big gigantic conversation about, oh my god, all this counter programming, blah blah blah
I
blah blah.
know.
The
You want to be
weekend,
competition, but God forbid if you're competition.
exactly. The weekend, of what is it, Forbidden Door and Heatwave, you and I are doing a double preview, but the
Yes,
double
we are.
preview is going to be Heatwave and Destiny Summer Heat. Because Forbidden Door can fuck itself. I'm not
I just
even
don't
like
know what they're gonna do. That's gonna be a draw for that show. Honest to God, like
for Heatwave.
what? No, Forbidden Door.
Oh,
Like
I
New Japan is
I don't
not
know.
where it was, and
I was gonna say
CMLL
it's not
has already
very
been like taken
to the
too.
best of my
So
knowledge. To the best of my knowledge, what's his name? Kyle Fletcher has put an open challenge out to anybody in any other company to challenge him for the TNT. Really cool. Okay, I will say, to be fair, really cool that they put the TNT title on him
yeah, no,
because
I agree.
it should have happened. It should have happened at All Out.
Yeah,
But I mean, they gave Dustin a moment, and now he's going through some terrible stuff. I'm not going to say anything bad about that, but
no,
they gave him
that
his moment, and
sucks.
he's
He's
got the
got
title now.
double knee
Yeah,
replacement. I mean, I had
yeah.
the minor knee surgery because I didn't do the full replacement, and that was hard enough. I
Yeah,
don't want to
you're
know.
not doing Canadian destroyers dressed like a gimp cowboy.
Yeah, exactly. And what sucks is they had the tag titles and the trios titles and the fucking
Oh my god, yeah.
continental, intercontinental, the Latin American, the triple CMLL, baby steel and the championship because Tony just keeps adding titles. Oh, you didn't know? You better call
God.
somebody title. Like there's a bunch.
You've unified 2 titles, so here have a 3rd title.
Yes, that one as well. See, we were gonna leave that one off, but thankfully you remembered it. I totally forgot that was
No,
even
when we
there
get
at this
to
point.
the bummer of it is I don't even know if the Destiny show is being streamed because they haven't advertised it as such as of yet. But I'm still going to talk about it because it's all about me at the end of the day.
Hey,
But
it's
we're all
your
going to talk about
show.
NXT. Fantastic. That's our show when you're here.
What I'm
Hey,
saying, you get
okay,
to pick what you're talking about, and Destiny's worth it.
okay. You're the co-host and the tech support. I can't really take any credit away from you. You're doing more than I am. Anyways, moving swiftly on. Here's my thing. I want Los Garza to retain here because I want the rumors of Pagano and Psycho Clown being eyed up for like proper WWE Raw or SmackDown to be
Yeah.
true. Specifically because I want to see Pagano and Psycho Clown taking on Fraxium.
Oh, absolutely. That
So
would be a good
there's
match.
several thoughts. Leave
Pagano and
Los
Psycho
Garza
Clown put on
in.
good performances. It's not like they disappoint. It's just the fact that it's like I don't know. They've been like that tried and true. It was kind of like when you had the Usos as faces for that time, and they would always go against the New Day, and you're like, all right, we've been there, we've done this. Can we do anything different?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with them. Like it's not them in particular. It's how they've been booked.
You're not against them. You've had enough of them.
Yes. Couldn't have put it better.
That's absolutely fair. And that's where you and I coming from opposite ends of the conversation comes in handy. But there's layers to this. I want Los Garzas to keep the belts because it's finally cool that they've done something with Los Garza.
Yes.
I think them being in AAA will bring a couple WWE eyes over that way. I think it opens up Pagano and Psycho Clown to come over probably to SmackDown because that's where tag team shit actually is happening.
Yeah, surprisingly, right?
But yeah, but specifically like down the line, I want to see Pagano and Psycho Clown taking on Fraxium because I think that'll be insane. So Garza's retain?
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, I think they retain. I think it has to happen. I think that's all there is to it.
Cool. On to a match that I only know because it's on Wikipedia. I don't know how this match came about. I didn't actually see it being announced, but Judgment Day. Yeah. Judgment Day being represented by Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Raquel Rodriguez, taking on Mr. Iguana, Nino Ambergesa, and Lola Vice.
Okay, now, it is Raquel, not
it is Raquel, yeah.
Not Roxanne. Okay, interesting, because
I thought that was interesting as well, because I'd like to see Lola Vice and Roxanne Perez go at it, but also have a match.
Exactly.
But the thing is, apparently, and this is like, I haven't seen this confirmed anywhere. So this is like through the grapevine stuff. Lola Vice is the first person within WWE to actually be offered a dual contract.
Yeah, she just got signed again.
Where she's dual contract. She's got a contract with NXT and a contract with AAA.
I mean, how cool is that?
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of faith to put behind her. Because
they have big expectations for her, and she's fantastic. And the shoot background that she has really adds to her appeal.
And it's funny because if you look forward, I know we're not talking about it today. If you look forward to Heatwave, she's got a really cool match at Heatwave as well,
Yeah,
but it's not for a title. It's her and Kalani Jordan and Jada Parker in a number one contenders match. But it's kind of cool. And we had this at one point last year as well. I just can't remember who it was, but it was
exactly. But
the like
I'm trying to think
how
back
good
to,
how good, but it was the how good is the title match gonna be if the
yeah,
number one contenders match is being
was
put on
that good?
pay-per-view?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
It just
it's a
elevated
lot,
everybody,
and it's just but it's those 3 that are like they brought in I hate saying it this way, but they brought in the big stars. They brought in the Blake Monroes, the Jordan Graces, the Julias, the
but they still have
Stephanie
their
Fat
homegrowns that they've focused
yeah.
on for time now, and they haven't
But
forgotten
they've
them either.
solidified, and
So
it is
many of
one of
them.
those times where you have to look back and say, "There's nothing wrong with being the mid card because there has to be a mid card."
I
Jada
mean,
Parker, Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice,
yeah,
maybe throw in Tatum Paxley, Carmen Petrovic, and a couple others. It's a solid mid card in
I,
amongst all the big names they have.
you said it to me before. Kalani Jordan was not even on my radar for things she was going to be doing. Now I could see her absolutely becoming the next champion after JC Jane. It kind of feels like they're doing like a make good with all the girls and being like, here,
Mm.
not in a like where everybody gets a turn kind of way, but like the ones that have put in the dedication and the time, they're really letting you shine. And I feel like they're going to let
I didn't know
everybody
this.
have their
Jada,
moment.
every now and then you see like the real names listed on Wiki. Jada Parker. Do you know what Jada Parker's real name is?
What is it?
Tiana Lillian Marie Cafe.
Holy hell, that's a mouthful.
That's what she said.
Mm.
I knew you were gonna say mouthful. Anyway, but getting back to like I think it's a great talking point for the Lola Vice thing because yeah, throw her over into AAA and see what kind of ruckus she can make there because the women's division in NXT is stacked. But
Yeah,
then while she makes a name for herself separately in AAA, then let that be an asset to NXT as well. I don't know anything about Nina.
exactly.
I
And
don't know anything
that's
about Nino Ambergesa. Mr. Iguana's awesome. I'll fight anybody.
he's
Um,
fun. And
we do need to see Mr. Iguana versus Santino at some point, so you can have the Iguana and the Cobra.
I feel like Judgment Day go over here. They got to keep them strong for the raw,
Mm.
effect of it all. But
I could see, if they're putting this much. I mean, Mr. Iguana's over. Nino Ambergesa, I'm not that. I know he was on the last show, but I don't have anything particularly to say. If she's the first one to ever get this sort of dual exposure, dual contract thing, I could see Lola Vice getting the upset over Raquel, and maybe that's why it's Raquel and not Roxanne. I'd like to. You know what? I'm a Judgment Day guy, and spoiler alert, I don't know when exactly we're going to do it because I don't think it's going to be this week. I am putting some notes together for a pod that we are going to do entirely focused on the Judgment Day. It's going to be a lot of fun. I
hell
don't
yeah,
think I've
buddy.
shared any. I don't think I've shared any of it with you yet, but you're going to be a part of it. So,
Consider me excited
but yeah,
and willing. Yeah, baby.
willing receiver. As much as I love the Judgment Day, and you guys are going to see that when we do that particular podcast, I'd kind of like to see Lola Vice get the upset here.
I would too. It would be something.
I'd really like to see it. So I'm gonna go with it. I'm probably wrong, but I'm gonna go with Iguana, Nino, and Lola. You're going with Judgment Day, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with Judgment Day, but
Yeah.
only because I think they want to keep them looking strong as they're kind of having their unified front moment still. I thought they would have already been broken up with Balor and Dom at this point, like 10 times over.
Do you know how we solidify the Judgment Day? By making Dominic Mysterio a double champion coming out of TRIPLEMANIA.
Yep.
Spoiler alert for my
Dom.
prediction. El Hijo del Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano Dos.
Yes.
I think this is going to be a lot of fun. It's funny because Chad Gable was the original El Grande Americano. It looks like Ludwig Kaiser is having a lot of fun with it.
It looks like he's enjoying himself, and
the other
he's doing amazing.
Yeah, and they've got El Grande Uno, El Grande Dos, and El Grande Tres now. They do have enough. When Chad Gable gets back, they do have enough to have an El Grande Americano War Games team,
He's the
which is
reincarnated
insane.
Black Noir, you know, the one that talks too much. He just
Oh,
genuinely
no.
doesn't come off the comic book page. I want to see Dom walk away with this belt in the worst way.
Mhm.
He already calls himself the king of the luchadors.
Yep.
You know what would
The
be
mask.
such a
The thing that he was doing on Monday, where he had the mask on,
yes, that
mask on,
was
mask
fun.
off. If he, especially because they're in, it is in AAA. It is in Mexico. Isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah. As
Mexico
okay, I'm gonna
City.
try and pronounce this. Azcapotzalco, Mexico City. I fucked that up. Anybody that's listening that knows how to pronounce that properly, I'm sorry in advance, right? If he just comes out for the one night and wrestles in the mask, extra points. If he comes out with a new mask and the mask itself has a mullet, we're golden.
Oh yeah,
We are golden. The outside choice, like, and I don't think it would work because I don't think they've put enough behind him. The outside choice of actually giving it to Dragon Lee
yeah.
would shock me in a way that's like, okay, that's really awesome. Either way, I don't think Vikingo's retaining, and I don't think they're putting it on the second incarnation of El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
But I think putting because he's over as fuck. When he attacked Vikingo at the show recently, um, he got a pop. Like the pop was huge. And I think
Massive.
doing it in AAA, doing it with the AAA belt, kind of lets WWE lean into the fact that Dom's not turning face, but he's the heel that people are starting to love because he's really getting good. Like he's really finding himself, he's really finding his confidence. Going through some of the stuff that I was looking at for this Judgment Day podcast that we're going to do maybe this week, maybe next week, maybe later. I was watching a little bit of footage of him when he was still with his dad,
Yeah.
and he's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but he's very tentative,
You
and it's
you you you
like
hit the nail on the
watching him,
head for what I was gonna say too.
but like he's found himself.
Mm-hmm. I think he wins the title, and then their
Mm.
big match is him and his dad for the title.
For the mega title.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Milo agrees. And really
the
quick, here's the pronunciation. You won't hear it, but the viewers at home will. So let's
okay.
Arena Ciudad de México.
Arena Ciudad de Mexico. So
Arena Ciudad de México.
there we go.
I
Now
just
we
think
can't be called
he's the most
insensitive.
he's the most over guy that's not supposed to be over, like kayfabe wise,
Yeah.
and it's kind of ridiculous. The other thing coming out of all
Those are the
this,
things that used to make Vince mad when like you had a heel that was cheered.
yeah. Well, look at what they broke people away from the Judgment Day as soon as they were like unmistakable. Like Rhea already was, Priest was becoming. Dominic Mysterio could stay in the Judgment Day and be the guy that lets Judgment Day be cheered for being assholes. You go back to the Eddie Guerrero example. He was cheating constantly. He was doing dickhead things constantly, but people loved him, so it was like endearing, not affecting.
Exactly.
But have you heard this though? Like I know Cena's having his big match with Brock probably at the Bad Blood pay-per-view. A lot of people floating the idea of Dominic Mysterio being John Cena's last opponent. A lot of people. I've seen it in places, or at least when
All
people
over.
do their like, oh, I'll do a
Tier
poll on
list type
Twitter,
thing. Yeah.
or no, I'll do like a poll on Twitter for engagement, right? But it'll be like, oh, another round with Punk, another round with Orton. Do you want to see him go with Cody one more time, or do you want Dom? And like the Dom one is like 70%, and some of that might be people just taking the piss. It might be people, the same people that years ago were like, oh, we'll get Zack Ryder over a bit, but ride that wave if you can. Now,
You
does
absolutely
him
should be
winning
all the way to the goddamn bank, riding it as hard and fast and loose as they want, like the soul snatcher, you know?
pause. Now, the other thing about it is technically this would make him a double champion.
Yeah,
and it would make him a cross-brand champion depending on whether they want to play up AAA being its own entity or not, or whatever the case may be. Like a male JC Jane situation, right? So
exactly.
so my question for you, does him winning the AAA mega title impact how you think his match with AJ in Paris for the IC title goes?
Possibly. I mean, I know that's a cop out answer, but really, yes, yes, I do.
Because I think it makes it a lot easier to drop that title to AJ, because people are saying like AJ's not going to have a WWE World title run, and I don't think he is.
I don't think so
But
either.
if he ends out his career on a really solid IC run, like we've raised the IC title up enough now that you can
Has
do
he
that.
been IC champ ever?
Apparently, way back, if you look back in the history, he was, but it was like for a cup of coffee and like not worth
Wasn't
talking
it
about.
something with him and Ambrose? Like Dean Ambrose had it, and then they were like
Maybe.
feuding and
You know
something
what?
zany like that. I thought it was the U.S. title, not even the IC title. But either way, granted, my whole thought behind that was like, hey, let's see what happens and how they go ahead. And but we haven't gotten anything speculated yet. So
Intercontinental champion one time.
okay, so he's already had the belt.
WWE champ twice, United States champion 3 times, Raw tag team champion 1 time, the 32nd ever Triple Crown, the 15th Grand Slam.
Damn.
WWE. Oh, this is it. He won the Intercontinental Championship tournament in 2020. Nobody wants
Okay.
to remember. Nobody wants to
Yeah.
remember 2020.
That's why I couldn't remember the who, what, where, when, why of it.
And match of the year in 2020 with The Undertaker for the Boneyard.
Yeah.
Hey.
Which is
Because they
not
could
a
actually
match.
do. Yeah, well, no, it's not. But you know what? Both of those matches that weren't matches at that WrestleMania
were the
only thing
matches of
making
the
that
year. Yeah.
WrestleMania palatable.
Exactly. And you can't
But
argue that, but it is the truth, sadly, that, you know, it
so
was
this is the first.
not the best booked ideas.
I don't want to say. I don't know how to say what I'm saying here. Like this is technically
Use your words.
the first AAA show that WWE has made available to everybody, right? Because Worlds Collide was a combo type show. The show right after that wasn't readily available to everybody until like a week later or whatever the heck it was. So this is the first AAA pay-per-view under the WWE banner that's available live to everybody, right? So it's kind of a big deal. It's in the same echelon as, hey, this is
being
our
put out for
first,
free on YouTube as well, not under a paywall, which is
which I
really
think is
cool.
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Which I think is
in
really fucking
Spanish
awesome.
and English.
Yes,
Like that's
I mean,
that's how you
obviously.
do. No, but no, you would think obviously, but
Yeah,
a lot of places don't like this. They'll have the commentary team. Maybe there's like you switch audio, but they don't have their own broadcast with things and set up for that audience. Like they're doing it they're set up for their Mexican audience. Like they're still gonna do it.
Yeah,
and have their Triple Mania.
and then they're just gonna have. It'll be like
Corey and JBL doing their own show.
When they're doing an American show and they toss over to the Spanish commentators just to give them a quick tip of the hat. Well, the Spanish commentators here are going to be throwing a quick tip of the hat to Corey Graves and JBL.
Right.
But my point being, like, we talk about like, oh, what's important enough to make it onto the first ever 2-night WrestleMania level SummerSlam, right? Well, this is, like I say, it's the first WWE fully AAA pay-per-view under their banner type thing. And if you choose Dominic Mysterio to win a world title at the main event of that monumental event, that's a rocket on Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, that's a nuclear bomb on his back. That's ready to blow. That baby's gone.
And not
he's
unearned.
In the stratosphere. No, he's put in the time, the effort, the work. I mean, he was the one doing the house show loop and doing, you know, he would do the tag match on Raw, then go be on SmackDown, then do the 2 dark matches for the weekend show, and like he earned his stripes.
If you think about it, though, right? Like he came in as Ray's kid.
Yeah. And that
got F5 through the wall by Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Got adopted by the Judgment Day, which was initially at that time headed up by current Hall of Famer Edge. was technically CM Punk's first match back in Madison Square Garden, and now he's gonna main event AAA TRIPLEMANIA for their world title, mega title, whatever it is. Like, low key, the kid's got a resume on him.
How does it get better than that for him? I mean, really.
Well, I mean, he main events WrestleMania with
I'm saying this weekend, you know, like, goddamn, for what they've
Oh,
done.
yeah.
But I mean, he had probably the second biggest pop at Mania combined.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like, I know it's mostly been NXT that's done the TNA stuff. I wanna know what Judgment Day showing up on an episode of Impact looks like. Like,
Yeah.
Judgment Day versus the System.
So there's a few
Oh, here it
people.
is. Here it is. Alicia Edwards walking up to, like, Roxanne Perez and be like, "Do you wanna know something?"
Just screeching. It would work though. You know it would. It'd be
Oh.
so good in a terrible way.
Anyways,
Granted.
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to join you for the live stream after this because I'm gonna be knocking out some family stuff
Yeah.
that day. I will, however, do my best efforts to join you for the post-show review chat,
Yes.
live stream, whatever you want to call it, on your channel for TNA Emergence. And
Yes,
that's
this
my
Friday.
awkward way of transitioning to the other pay-per-view that's happening on Friday. Oh my god, are they counter-programming SmackDown? No, it's just that
How
there's only so
could
many days in the
they?
week.
I
I'm
know
gonna go
some comments were
right off the
like,
bat.
"How are you not? You're not going to review SmackDown?" I'm like, "Nope, watching the TNA. I'm not doing the multi-screen thing. Like, I'll check out if anything's worth, you know, noting." But
I was gonna say, I will do the multi-screen thing, and it'll just be a case of if anything worth note happens, we'll also talk about that.
yeah, so
Yeah,
you'll have
it
you
is
be
what it
my
is.
backup man because my plan is to have everybody hang out in the Discord and watch it
Hey,
out. I'm gonna do an open lobby for people, so it should be fun.
hit up Jake for the Discord gimmick.
It'll be
There.
on
I don't
Twitter. I'll
know
let
how to
everybody know
Discord.
on Friday. Yeah, I'll put the link
Fantastic.
out for people to join.
As I said before we came on the air, this feels very much like a TNA show.
Yes,
It feels like a show that has a couple of matches that I'm really interested in, and
agreed.
it feels like
There's
a
two
couple of
matches that
matches
I'm
that.
extremely excited for.
Oh, there's more than two for me, and it's more so for like
Well, I mean,
implication
like next
purposes than
level
anything else.
excitement. Like I'm
Yeah.
jonesing to see two of them, and I think we might line up with one, but the other one maybe you'll be a little bit more surprised with. So
Maybe.
maybe
I'm gonna
baby.
start off with one that, while it's an interesting match, I don't think they've hyped up the implications of the match as much as they should,
Okay.
and that's Mike Santana versus Sami Callihan.
Yes, thank you.
Because
Because
Sami Callihan has implied, like, he's doing a lot of introspective, a lot of, like, self-doubt type stuff, like, "This isn't where I wanted to be at this time in my life," type thing. He chose Mike Santana out of respect to go to this pay-per-view and be like, "I wanna go to the pay-per-view and,
in
like,
face,
test myself on the big
yeah,
stage," and he's heavily it's not listed on the site or on Wiki or anything like that as a stipulation, but he's heavily implied that he may just walk away if he loses to Santana. Now, usually when somebody does a stip like that, it's like, oh, it's a you're pretty much forecasting the fact that he's gonna win.
yeah.
But Mike Santana's the hot hand in
That's the
TNA right
thing.
now. Like, he
Having
ain't
him
losing,
lose is not
which
an
mean
option. This felt like such a foregone conclusion to me, honestly.
yeah, yeah. Telegraphed. That's the word I was looking for. It's telegraphing the ending normally.
Yes.
But they're not gonna have Santana lose, which means Sami Callihan might
No way in
actually walk
hell.
away. Which means Sami Callihan might actually walk away, and in that case, you need to emphasize the meaning of that a bit more. He's spoken very openly. He has other feds that he's involved in. He's involved heavily backstage in TNA, and he appreciates that side of it. But it's like, okay, like, the guy's pretty insane for somebody that's not doing AEW death matches every week.
Yeah.
We
And
can't
what
all
he's
be
given us,
John Moxley
exactly.
and the emo cowboy and all that kind of thing. But, like, he's done some pretty fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
He was Solomon Crow in NXT, if anybody remembers that
Some
shit.
pretty cool shit too. Yeah. You know,
And
and
it'll be like, it's one of those, like,
he's been forgotten about not forgotten, but I guess his history has been overlooked or at least not properly
But he is, and he is a
recapped.
sentiment within TNA. He is a sentimental favorite in the within the TNA family. Like the amount of people that had like Callahan merch when I went to the
Oh
show here
yeah,
in Brampton a little while ago.
I believe it.
It's a weird thing, like because everybody's behind Santana, but are they going to be behind Santana retiring Sammy Callahan?
Mm,
It's a weird thing to do in a face versus face match.
I get that.
But I think the match is going to be great. I think like Callahan's a brawler. Santana can be a brawler or a wrestler. They'll work together fantastically. I have a weird feeling this is going to open the show.
Okay,
I have a really weird feeling this is going to. I'm going with Mike Santana, but I don't like it because I don't want Sammy Callahan to
it's
not
not
be
what you're
wrestling
hoping
anymore.
for. Yeah. Okay, I get that. I feel that.
But as for a match, I think they're going to beat the shit out of each other.
Oh, they're gonna destroy each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh no,
But I was just like,
no doubt about it. Like
yeah.
that's a
It's one of
true
those like short
foregone
term like
conclusion.
before before I realized that Burger Kingston was a piece of shit. Remember, like for the longest time, I was like, Burger Kingston and John Moxley should be the ones to like unseat the Young Bucks
Yeah, because it made
because they were so,
sense on the build-up.
like I wouldn't mind
Come
at
up.
some point, like if Sammy Callahan loses and he decides he's going to retire, Mike's in, hey, why not tag team for one match before you leave or whatever? I wouldn't mind seeing them as a tag team for a night.
No, not at all.
Not
Like
that we just want to have like another Santana and another tag team because obviously the Santana and Ortiz references will be made, but it's kind of cool. And like I say, a babyface retiring another babyface, if that's the way they're gonna go, because they will, they got to tap dance around that because you do run a slight chance of Mike Santana being booed in the moment.
yeah.
Like not because people are going to turn on Mike Santana, obviously, but more booing the idea of Sammy retiring.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
it's a it's I wish they would hype it up more.
I
They've
wish
put
they set
themselves
it
in,
up better.
yeah. I wish they would hype it up more. Well, they've already set it up. So I'm saying like now, obviously we've got one more episode of Impact before we go into Friday, but we're taping when we tape. Um, I hope they hype it up more. I think
I
they've
hope
painted
so.
themselves
They
I
got
think they've
Thursday to
painted
do it.
themselves into a corner really as far as booking.
Yeah.
And whichever way they go, they got to tap dance around this result a little bit.
They got to.
But I'm
Really
going
they
with
have
Santana
to.
because I don't see them beating Santana because he's gonna be okay. Spoiler for the main event. But Santana is gonna be the one that brings that title back to TNA sooner or later.
Yeah, this almost feels like when Roman Reigns faced Logan Paul. Like yeah, maybe not that much of the foregone conclusion, but about as close as you can get. Like I don't see him having a chance at all at this point in time.
Let WWE send Logan Paul to TNA. That would be
That would be great.
fucking amazing.
I
It would.
mean, the match with him and Cena will be good, but like that's what we're getting out of all the people we could be doing stuff with.
Well, they're
Like
saving Brock
they're saving
for obvious
Brock. I know,
reasons.
but we got what, like 8 appearances left, and that's not matches.
Yeah, but like it's a weird one with Cena now because you would think, oh my god, there's like all these people he could face, but really, who are you going to put him against? Like
Braun Breaker absolutely would be one that I would have
Braun
said
Breaker will be one that he'll face before he leaves. But like not to
Joe
dig him because
Hendry.
I don't necessarily dislike. Yeah, but the thing about it is, if they do John Cena, Joe Hendry, it doesn't necessarily have to be in WWE. And I
It,
know I'm stretching that a little bit.
Bound for
Imagine if,
Glory.
yeah, like remember when
Mm,
they announced that AJ Styles was going to be at Slammiversary, that was one thing. That was a homecoming. TNA guy coming home.
yeah, and it
If
sucks he
you
couldn't wrestle, but
if you put it out there that Joe Hendry might fight John Cena at Bound for Glory, and it wouldn't like they could dance around it a little bit. It doesn't count as one of his WWE appearances because it's not WWE, blah 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 blah. Friggin' like
we know how it works. And
he's John John Cena shows up at Bloodsport to take on Timothy Thatcher.
yeah, Thatcher Thatch can, buddy.
Mm.
Hit him up.
But yeah,
Hit him up
I don't
style.
the Santana Callahan thing is going to be a great match, and I don't know how they get themselves out of this booking situation without pissing off some people, to be honest.
I think they're
Um,
gonna do it by Santana handily beating the shit out of Sammy. I think like it's gonna be like, oh my god, he killed him. Like they're gonna have to because that's what Sammy is, and what he can endure and all of it. Like it
but
has
that's
to.
why
No,
that's why the face versus face thing doesn't work because like there's no like okay, you can't have Santana doing like heelish stuff because he doesn't have a reason to do any heelish stuff, and
no,
there's no feud between them. It's all out of respect. Like
they
if you're
want to
having a respect match,
face. Yeah,
if you're having a respect match, you're not going to walk into the ring and kick each other in the dick.
exactly.
Like you know
Well,
what?
I mean, I would, but not them.
I mean, I would because I can't fight.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. We were on the
speaking of
same
people that
wavelength.
can't fight, that's a terrible, horrible transition because I don't think they can't fight. I just don't care about the match. Ryan Nemeth is taking on the hometown man. Please, somebody pay me to give a shit.
I can't give a shit. Cody Deaner, I want to like, and I don't like the
I
hometown
get what
man
they're going
gimmick.
for. I get what they're going for with the hometown man. And the thing of it is, they must be doing something wrong because this is the kind of goofy gimmick that I would normally
I,
latch on
I
to.
was gonna say, like, you not liking this shows that they fucked up because this is guy essentially you and I written all over it. We like silly. We like
I don't even necessarily think that it's a bad I don't even necessarily think that it's a bad gimmick, but with a gimmick like this, you gotta be
bad
going into
creative
the
for the
ring.
gimmick. Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta be no, but I'm saying it's bad booking. You gotta if you got
that's
a
what I'm
gimmick
saying.
like
Booking,
this,
creative, whatever. It's not him. It's what the story is.
you gotta go with the gimmick, right? But if you how can I say what I'm trying to say here? If you've got a gimmick like this, you have to put it up against somebody that I care about.
Hmm.
Like if you did R Truth great. R Truth's goofy gimmick and all this kind of thing. Want to get me engaged in the match, put him in some peril, put him against Jacob Fatu or something like that, right?
That or even Cena.
I
That gave us a reason to care too. You
I
know.
could not give a flying shit about Ryan Nemeth.
Yeah. No. And
I
they made
couldn't.
us not care. That's the problem too. Like it's not like, oh, I just
The
hate him like a heel. Like no, people despise this man.
him and Nick as a tag team, I like because the whole gimmick is he's leeching off of his brother's success. He's getting the rub live on TV every week, right?
Yep.
He starts the whole promo and it's like my brother, but his brother's not in the match.
It's
He's
not
been
good
written out of
heel
the story.
heat either though. It's go away heat. It's not what people want.
No, and yeah, I don't know. I love a goofy gimmick. Give him somebody to go up against that can be like equally like if it was just for shits and giggles, like do the hometown man versus Santino Morella, like the
Yeah.
guy in the mask versus the Cobra, and like just have like a fuck about like party fun comedy match.
When
That's
did this
fine.
start though with Diener? Like I'm trying to think how this even came to be. That's what
He
I was
was having he was they wrote it in such a way that he was gonna be released from TNA because his
okay.
win-loss record was just
Was
that bad,
yeah.
and then Santino Marella was like, "Okay, you really gotta prove yourself. I'm gonna find you an opponent, you gotta do it," and the opponent that they chose for him was Eddie Edwards, and then the system just fucked with him.
Yeah. And that's all right. Now I kind of vaguely remember because I wasn't watching as faithfully then.
Which kind of like and you can't even really follow through on
It's
that as
only
a
been like
story
recently,
because
the past few weeks, that I've really gotten back into the weekly show as much as I have, and I've got to
yeah.
catch up this week. But
Oh, I don't watch nearly as much as I should. But
I
you
definitely
can't
watch
even
the
really
PLEs. But
oh, yeah. You can't really even go back to the story of how he originally became the hometown man because it was against the system, and the system, they're not turning babyface,
they're not heels. Yeah,
but they're getting cheered in TNA because they're the ones that are gonna stand up to NXT because everybody's mad that NXT has both of the belts, and
yeah.
they're getting they're
Derp to
not
derp.
be the fans. No, but it's different than it's not the WWE AEW
No,
thing where,
no.
like, the fans are all tribal and whatever.
Yeah,
Like, everybody's in on the joke. Like, the kayfabe of it is if you're at a TNA show, you boo the NXT, and if you're at an NXT show, you boo the TNA, and it's part
exactly.
of the show, and
The
they're getting into
fans
the
know their
kayfabe of
role.
yeah, exactly. Well, but also like,
Paul Heyman put it perfect. You know, the
um,
fans booed Cena as a heel. Then when the cameras went off, they thank you, Cena. You know, all that.
exactly. But it's also the I don't know how to what was I gonna say? It's what happens in every invasion angle. Like when you and I don't think they've done a full invasion angle because some of the people that have crossed over, it's like, oh, we like these pigs. We're glad to have this person here. We're glad to have that person here. We're not happy about the fact that somebody from over there has won 2 of our titles.
hmm
Like they're not doing it as, you're not from here, we don't like you. They're doing it as a personal pride. We want to get our titles back thing,
Yeah.
which is a very important difference
Because we
when
got
you compare
JC
this.
coming up, you know, with Masha. That
Yeah,
was,
but it's an important difference. Whereas you go to the original, like the WCW invasion thing that they did in WWE, where it was like, we just don't like you because you're from there, which is dumb
which we
because
never really,
they've played so much into the fact that, hey, we love to be working with NXT, we love to be working with TNA. This
yeah.
relationship is going great. They had what's her name, Ariana Grace was like the concierge or the liaison
Yeah,
between the two
between two
companies.
companies. Yeah.
It was very cooperative. It's just now that TNA has gotten to say, okay, we were really friendly. This was all working really well, but now we've lost 2 of our belts. Let's puff our chests out a little.
Well, what TNA has done is they finally found a way to bet on themselves and make it justifiably like a good
Hmm.
choice. As where before, like they were just the people sticking their fingers in their ears, going la 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 la.
I did like when
Now they have things planned. They're a
the
cohesive
episode.
unit.
Did you see the episode of Impact after Slammiversary?
I want to say no, maybe
Okay,
I
because there
don't
was a cool
know.
thing because you had Leon Slater was out there celebrating the fact that obviously he'd become the X Division champion, the youngest
Yeah.
X Division champion ever, whatever. And he called out the Hardy Boys
Yep.
to be out there with him,
I
not
remember the
only
clip,
because
but I don't think I saw the
yeah,
episode.
they had also won the tag titles, and he was also thanking them for being like mentors to him and whatever. And then Steve Macklin came out and joined them because he's still the international champion, which we're going to talk about in a second.
Yes.
And they basically made the 4 of them sat there and made a statement. It's like, look, we lost our world title, we lost our women's title. We are your champions right now. Like we're ready to like
Yeah.
what
This is
what
all
did
we
Steve Macklin
have.
say? Like Macklin always uses it in like military terms, but it's like we're all here. We're all here for you guys. We're ready to stand the line type thing.
Yep. And he's
And I think
right.
it's a much more intricate version of the invasion than we don't like them because they're from over there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
It
It's
makes a
not
little bit more
as
sense.
yeah, it's more nuanced and more thought out, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely. I
Next one.
mean,
Speaking of the Hardys, Hardys defend their tag titles against the Rascals. The Rascals in this case being represented by Zachary Wentz and Myron Reed
yeah,
because
not the full
Trey,
rascals, but
yeah, because Trey Miguel's out and dealing with some stuff,
I wish
and
at some
and
point
so is
we
Casey
get to see
Navarro.
Wesley get to go ahead and you know rejoin. I think it'd be a when the
There
time
will be something
comes.
later on down the line because
Yeah,
I'm
way
sure
down the line, but
eventually the other guys, the Tyson and Tyreek, are going to get called up to the main roster, and I think eventually there'll be a turnaround for Wesley, and there'll be a big reunion thing. It'll be like the Sammy and KO hugging in Montreal, and
yeah,
they
that
will do
kind
that
of
somewhere down the line, I'm sure. But I think it might be when the Rascals come over to NXT for good.
yeah.
That's something for later on down the line because Zachary Wentz can exist in NXT again because we're canceling cancel culture in 2025. Moving swiftly on. I don't think they're winning though, and it's for
Yeah, the
that
Hardys
reason because right
retain.
now, right now the representation of the Rascals, Zachary Wentz and Myron Reed. Myron Reed's like the sub in. Myron Reed, who's the partner of Killer Kelly, and
Yeah,
they just had a kid not too long ago. So
and he's
congrats
no
to them.
slouch, you know, certainly
Oh,
either. Like,
absolutely not. It just came into my head totally separately that they'd both been gone for a while because they went and
they
their
pulled
families
the
growing and
apparent
whatnot.
Naomi.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, but at least Myron Reed doesn't burn when he pees. Anyways, moving swiftly on. I just wanted to put a nice message out there and say
Get one,
congratulations to
yeah. I can't let you have a
Killer
nice
Kelly's
moment.
fucking awesome. Killer Kelly's fucking awesome. I'm so happy to have her back on TV as well.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's Myron Reed was part of the Rascals after Wes Lee went to WWE. Like that was the trio. But as far as tag teams go, the tag team is Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel. So
Yeah.
I do want to see specifically, I do want to see them beat the Hardys because that's the passing of the torch moment. But I want it to be when Trey
Yeah,
Miguel.
because the Hardys have the
Also,
Dudleys to face, right? I mean, we're
yeah, the Hardys have the Dudleys to face at Bound for Glory, but also the Hardys are double champions
yeah.
because they've
So,
got they're the fourth rope tag team champions as well.
which is that
Apparently,
a thing still, or
that's the Enzo thing, yeah.
yeah?
But apparently they won the titles a while ago. The titles had to be made, so somebody came out on TNA TV to present them with the fourth rope title, and the fourth rope titles don't look that bad either.
No, not at all.
At least the tag ones.
Yeah, I saw
but if
I saw a photo of them high res, and they looked really really sweet. So
yeah. But win for the Hardys. They're gonna build the Hardys all the way to the stuff with the Dudleys at Bound for Glory.
oh,
A lot of people
absolutely.
are saying they don't think Devon's gonna show up and it's gonna be one of his kids instead, which would be fine. It would be a cool
Yeah, I
again.
mean, the man had a stroke and almost died. What's he gonna do? You know?
The only thing about it is another cool passing of the torch moment. I saw Devon, not Devon, but Devon's kids at a Destiny thing as well, and they're good enough. Like I don't think they had much of a match. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't they weren't running a Broadway or anything like that. But it's good enough. And it'd be a cool, again, pass the torch type moment for Devon to let one of his sons be an honorary Dudley boy for the night. But I don't think they would be pitching it as the last ever ride for this classic team and this classic team if the two teams weren't
the actual teams. Yeah,
the actual. And I'm not saying that in any kind of disrespect.
They came up
but
on you don't sell a match, you don't advertise what you can't sell, and
exactly.
I think it's gonna be the Dudleys, the Hardys. It's gonna be they've worked very diligently with several agents to book the best match possible, and we're gonna get a final swan song of these two teams.
I mean, there's going to have to be some considerations made because obviously Devon isn't wrestling anymore for obvious reasons. I think it'll be like
Bubba doesn't really wrestle like he does, but he's not out there taking bumps, you know.
But he does Bubba Ray Dudley stuff, and it's fine, and we know what we're getting.
Yeah,
and like none of us are dumb. None of us are walking into this match blind. Like
no,
it is a nostalgia match in the best way possible.
But
it's so funny because everybody's talking about they don't put any of this on Christian. They put it all on Edge. But they're like, Edge going to AEW fucked everything up. You could have had Edge Cena one more time. You could have had Hardy's Dudley's Edge and Christian one more time. Edge went and fucked it up. And it's like, well, Christian can't really come over either. So
Christian was there first, but yet they say Edge fucked it up, which always makes me laugh.
Yeah, well, Edge is the captain of the team. He gets all the credit and all the blame.
All the blame should be on him. Indeed.
Fantastic. But he's got grit, so it's okay.
Leon Slater, you mentioned earlier. This is one of the matches that I'm so looking forward to. Him and Cedric, because Cedric is very undervalued. Very. And I even undervalued him.
The way Cedric wrestles, he came into the CWC as a big, gigantic part of the cruiserweight division in WWE when they had a cruiserweight division. They even played into some of that history for his match with Mustafa Ali earlier this year. But because of that, you don't really realize that Cedric's not a small guy.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all. Especially going in against Leon Slater. I think Cedric, I'm really looking forward to the match. It's one of the matches I'm looking most forward to on the night. That being said, once again, my analysis of it, if we want to call it that, isn't very long-winded. I think Cedric Alexander's job in this match that he's going to give himself is they just strap the rocket to Leon Slater. I'm going to make this kid look better than he's ever looked.
Yeah. And you took the words right out of my mouth. Cedric has been in some of like the top moments that people have forgotten entirely about, if that makes sense. Like he has had some of the most crazy bumps, spots. He took one of like the hardest landings I've ever seen to the outside on the floor, dead floor.
he had one of the coolest moments in like not regular WWE TV. Like not everybody watched the Cruiserweight Classic. Let's be real.
No.
But like after his match, after he got eliminated from the tournament, the entire crowd chanting, "Please sign Cedric," and Triple H bringing him back out, raising his hand and saying, "I hear you."
Yeah, like that
Like
was
that's
such a
huge.
moment because, hey, you didn't win, but you're so awesome. We
But
want you
but
anyways.
you didn't win, but you won.
Yeah, we want you
Because you
anyways.
because who won the Cruiserweight Classic? It was TJP, wasn't
Uh, yes, I think
it?
so, right? Oh my God, yeah, I'm pretty sure it
Who
was
do we
him.
talk who do we talk more about all these years?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, there was quite a few people in the cruiserweight division that,
Hmm?
I mean, speaking out ruined a lot of that. And I don't mean ruin in a bad way. I mean ruin the division. You know, that needed to be torn
No,
down for that shit.
some
But
people weren't as gentlemanly as
no, no, they
advertised.
weren't. They weren't
Oh,
at
fucking!
all.
Let me tie you in a knot in the middle of the ring and kick you in the butt. That's a good finisher, isn't it?
That's a great move. That doesn't, you know, connect to the bedroom at all.
I'll tell you what I want to finish really quickly.
Mm,
Another match. Okay, it's not like Ryan Nemeth and the Hometown Man. It's not in the same category as that. It's a match I don't care about that I really wish I did care about.
okay.
And it's Steve Macklin defending his international title against Jake something.
I'm so with you on this. I haven't liked Macklin in a while now. I try to get into his matches and behind him. I
Hmm?
said before, he's just that stale bred white meat baby face. Just like, I don't know what it is exactly, what's lacking, what's not working. It's just, all of it isn't working, but I can't figure out specifically if it's just
My
the
thing is, I like him
presentation.
as a character. They do not shy away from the fact that they are booking him as like a real life, right out of the comic books version of the Punisher.
Yeah. Like
I
he's
don't
supposed to
like
be this
I
military former man
yeah.
that's like,
Well, he is. He is.
yeah, you know,
So
I know, but I'm saying story wise, yes, I know he, but
yeah. But like my thing is it's not so much that I don't care about him. I like him
yes,
as a character. I like watching him as a wrestler. There was a brief he had a brief stint as the Destiny champion. I got to see him up close and personal go a couple rounds with Trent Seven. He's
see, that's
an,
awesome.
he's an amazing wrestler to watch when he gets into gear. They haven't given him anything. They've stuck him and his title in the middle of this Jake something Mance Warner bullshit.
Yeah, which is
And
fucking
the
ridiculous.
like and
Mance Warner, what a disappointment that he's been, and I don't know that it's
he's
all
shagging
on
in
him, but
he's shagging in Santino's office and I don't care.
yeah,
And it's
because
making me not care about Steph Delander, who I used to like a lot.
yeah,
But
I
like
mean, what is he supposed to
we have this
do?
conversation. But we have
Uh,
this conversation in WWE a lot where there's two people that have a feud and they grab somebody else with a title to make it a triple threat so that the match
yeah,
is for something, right?
mm-hmm.
And what happens out of that, and I shit on WWE for it, I'm gonna shit on TNA for it as well. And this isn't even a triple threat match. Steve Macklin feels like the odd person out in his own in his own title defense.
Yes, he's the forgotten about aspect of it because Mr. Number 23, Mance Warner. You know, I'm
I
crazy,
don't
guys. Be careful.
but like it's Steve Macklin versus Jake something, and the whole Jake something Mance Warner feud is hanging over this match, and Mance Warner's not even in it.
Yeah, like a bad
That's
weather
bad.
forecast.
That's bad, man. And I want to like I'm getting used to the international title. I think the title is gorgeous. I'm getting used to the fact that it's on a baby blue strap. That's a little unorthodox, but I
Yeah,
mean
but
TNA's
it's unique.
TNA's
It's
had some
definitely
cool
unique,
belt
and
designs before.
it's yeah, it's got something to make it stand out. You
Mm.
know that
I didn't
that's
like
their
when they
belt.
switched over. I didn't like when they switched over from being TNA to being Impact Wrestling,
No, I
but
wasn't a fan of that either.
some of the Impact title belts were pretty decent.
Oh yeah, they
The
had
the
good.
TNA the TNA rebranded belts were better when they did the gigantic reveals, like, and they just revealed belt after belt after. I think they did backstage segments like one a day leading up to what was it? Hard to Kill,
Yeah, for the
which
final
was the first
reveal.
for the first pay per view after they were TNA again.
Yeah,
Because remember they did the very last.
Yep.
Impact show
And
at the Don
then
Koloff, and I was there, and I
you
was
got to see
sat
the
front row
final.
with Iceman, yeah. But when they did the lead up to Hard to Kill, which was the first time back, being TNA again, like once a day they just dropped a backstage segment of a champion getting their new titles, and
Which
it
was
was a
cool.
really cool thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like
Again,
people
unique,
said like,
not
oh,
done
it's
normally. That's what we want to see. That's what's missing in this.
what kills me about it
And
is
they're
like,
doing such a good job with other homegrown talent and other, like, you know, they're not fully reliant on WWE former or AEW. You know, like they've been doing well with their roster.
but you know what it is? It's putting even the NXT people that are there to visit, for lack of a better term, like they're getting to be in front of a slightly bigger audience, and a lot of people are benefiting from it right now. I mean, she's not wrestling right now, but Cora Jade, we said it like almost monthly.
Yeah.
She looks stronger in TNA than she does in NXT. Trick Williams has found himself again.
Yeah.
JC Jane is operating on 10s right now.
And that
Like,
was unheard of, unfathomable at one point with how it was
yeah.
being handled, portrayed, however you want to say it, because it
And
just
people are like,
wasn't the norm.
a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, what? It's just another name change. What does it mean? Like, oh, Impact or TNA or whatever?" Yeah, because everybody that watched TNA groaned when they just changed it straight up Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
It wasn't, oh my God, we got this great cool name. It's like we got something back that never should have been taken away.
Exactly.
And I'm saying this as a guy that sat at Scotiabank Arena last Friday to watch Linkin Park.
Duly noted.
I'm just saying. Great fucking show, by the way.
Oh my
Anybody that was
God.
there knows that was a great fucking show.
The opening alone was so cool. The laser lights, they're so incredible with how they do their stage setup.
Linkin Park always puts on. Just saying.
Oh,
Had to
damn
wait.
straight.
It had to wait 8 or so years, but it is what it is.
It was worth the wait. From what I saw that you shared. God damn.
I had no voice. I had nothing left.
Mhm.
It was sweltering hot in the Scotiabank Arena. And for somebody that goes to the Scotiabank Arena for a fuck ton of wrestling shows, you do not have AEW, WWE, anybody does not have the rabid crowd that was there for Linkin Park last Friday. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, that's a different beast entirely. Like that's a whole
wall to wall, floor to ceiling, walking through Union Station in downtown Toronto, just like
losing their mind.
not playing Spot the Linkin Park shirt, playing Spot the person that's not wearing a Linkin Park shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
anyways,
you can't deny it. They have something that can't be replicated.
The merch lineups had an hour wait.
Oh yeah, the only time I've seen that for anybody to have a super long line for merch like that was Suicide Boys when I went with Danny, and they're like, you know,
I'm talking about
rap
but the line they had what do you call it, like arena staff walking up and down the lines, letting people know, okay, from this point you're waiting an hour to get to the merch.
Yep.
And this is when they did the built-in get on your phone and buy your merch in advance thing.
Oh yeah, same thing when we went to TD Garden, and it was a nightmare. Danny and I waited like an hour and 20 minutes. An hour and 20 minutes for her to get a hoodie.
I've been to TD Garden exactly once.
Mm-hmm. What show is that?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Okay.
Ages ago. I think it was like back in like 2013 times.
We had to get you back to the States.
The person that was my reason to come down to the States is not a reason to come to the States anymore. We'll just put it that way.
Now I will be.
Hey, there we go. You're twice as sexy as well.
And half as,
mobile. I'm not airing my dirty laundry on a podcast. Not at all.
Never.
Do you know what's not dirty laundry?
Ooh.
That's a terrible transition. Fatal 4-way tag team
my
match.
Next most anticipated match, which I don't
Fatal
think you would expect it to be.
I'm really interested, more from a character and storytelling point of view than maybe necessarily the match itself, because obviously WWE involvement. Are they going to take another title? Right. I think the unannounced 5th team in this match is the most interesting.
Oh,
Gina Carano and Cindy
if only.
Managed by Tessa Blanchard. It's fine.
Santina,
everything's fine.
And then Vince McMahon.
Oh my God. And Matt Riddle.
Oh,
and Marty Scurll and Brock Lesnar.
you got the bro army.
Okay, we got the Tony Fumble Rumble. Now we've got the cancel.
Get the cancel culture brawl. Oh, get him out.
I do want to say something really quickly though, right?
Yes.
I do find it quite interesting that there is no Knockouts championship match on this show.
I feel like that's intended so Masha didn't have a chance to lose it, and since they already have the match announced for Bound for Glory.
But no, not Bound for Glory. We got a match at Heat. We got a match at Heat Wave.
That's right. I keep forgetting about that.
Heat Wave is JC Jane defending the TNA title, not the NXT title.
Yeah.
Against both Masha Slamovich and Ash by Elegance.
So,
which means check it off your fucking Spaz bucket list. It's fine. We've got the personal concierge, aka George the Iceman, on WWE pay-per-view.
It kills me that people don't realize that that's the Iceman, you know?
He's a good dude. Apparently, he's got some controversies following him around, but everybody has controversy.
Who doesn't? Like you said, at this point, everybody's, you know, got something.
Somebody said it to me earlier today. We were talking about, I don't know, some fucking stupid news story. It's like, oh, well, something came out about this person. Yeah, that's because nobody survives a microscope.
No,
absolutely. You, me, anybody else listening, you get a big enough microscope, nobody survives.
You nailed it.
Anyways,
no way to get through that. Unscathed.
Moving swiftly on. What I find interesting about this, and they're doing it on NXT next week as well. They've got a feud brewing between all three members of the Elegance brand and all three members of the Fatal Influence.
Yes.
Which is funny because they're two heel trios.
Which is why I think it works well.
It's just who can be the most shitty to each other, which is fantastic. And also the Fatal Influence has made an art form out of being dysfunctional.
I feel like face versus face happen. Yes, very much so in total dysfunction. I don't want to skip your point there, but also I really genuinely feel like we don't often get the heel versus heel aspect.
I think heel versus heel should be an easier story to tell. I've always said
who's trying to undermine and you know, cheat each other out.
I've always said I would have loved to see a match, Prime Ric Flair versus Prime Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah,
dirtiest player in the game versus Lie, Cheat, and Steal, and make it. I don't know how you would phrase it, or I don't know how you would classify it, or whatever. But like a who can cheat more match.
It would be great.
Which one of them's gonna shag the referee? I don't know.
Yeah, who could cheat without getting caught? You know, that kind of stuff.
Also, though, but because Ash by Elegance is getting ready for her world title aspirations, they're defending these titles, I guess, under what you would call Freebird rules, because it's Heather by Elegance and M by Elegance that are defending the titles, versus the Inspiration, formerly the Iconics, it's just great to see them back. It was cool to see them back and introducing Mara Shade to TNA, which is the former Jakara Jackson.
Yes.
Nice touch. Really cool to see her shining as well.
Really cool to see. Keep forgetting her new name, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it was. And then I keep fucking it up as well. So I got to.
It's either because there's a weird accent on it, right?
Yeah.
So it's either Sade or Shade, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But I think it's kind of cool because she's basically taken her character over to TNA, other than the name, and Lash is killing it on NXT. And had a really surprisingly good match with Nia Jax.
I thought it would be good, but I didn't expect it to be that good.
Oh, it over-delivered.
It way over-delivered. Like they
I won't say his name. I won't say his name again, but certain super shitty, there's the alliteration, person from What Culture even admitted that it was an awesome match.
Yeah, see? So
but like Lash Legend isn't like I don't find Lash Legend to be the most engaging
me either, but this worked.
But it's one of those, like, just tell me she's having a match and I'll watch the match and the match will be great.
Yeah.
But anyways, so sorry, cut myself off mid rundown there, but M by Elegance and Heather by Elegance defending the titles against the Inspiration, defending them against Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix of Fatal Influence, and Lei Ying Lee, I said it right the first time, and Zaya Brookside as well.
Oh, so they're Asian ladies, put them together for honor. You know, like yet again.
Yeah.
Honor. Hey, at least they're getting to do something, and you know, it's working. But
Zaya Brookside's not Asian.
no, but I'm saying they
She's
gotta go
English.
exactly. But no, you got to put them together for honor. You have to have them
Oh, no.
wrestle for honor.
Yoshiki. I don't care, man. Yoshiki's over. It's good.
They want them to
It's
wrestle.
good.
The
I love the fact that Josh Briggs came out on NXT to shut his mic off chance.
yes, shut his mic off. Like
What?
that's
Okay,
brutal.
here's the thing as well. Fatal 4-way implies no disqualification, usually, right?
Yes.
The two girls from the Elegance brand will have the third member of the Elegance brand there. The Inspiration, I imagine, will have Mara Shade in their corner.
Yes.
Fatal Influence is going to have JC Jane in their corner. Lei Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside have been working sort of alongside Masha Slamovich in the past, so I imagine she might be there only to discount the participation of JC Jane and also to put over the fact that they're gonna fight on the NXT show. So you've got 2-on-2-on-2-on-2, which is really gonna be 3-on-3-on-3-on-3.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
and it
that.
works out perfect.
Do you remember that? Oh, you'll be able to tell me better than me. Like it was like Team People Power versus Team Teddy Long at WrestleMania the one year. The big Raw team versus the big SmackDown team.
Where
and it was already
Ryder got kicked in the dick, yes. Right.
Yeah, and it was already like 7-on-7, and there was like another 6 people outside the ring, and it's just a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you're just making it, you know, you're just having a battle royal now.
All of a sudden, what's his name, Santos, that runs TNA now, comes out and just says, Carlos Silva.
Silva, there we go.
I don't know where I got Santos from.
I had Santos and
Escobar.
Carlos, you had Silva. We're somewhere there.
I've seen more and more backstage stuff with him. I think I'm a fan of this guy. Not anything against Scott D'Amore not being there anymore, but the way they are so public about the relationship that their head office has with the wrestlers and the staff and whatnot, and the way that they publish to their social media after every pay-per-view. This is the person that we thought shone the most. It's like basically it's like a gold star program,
but
like
it means something.
But I think it's that kind of like behind the scenes stuff that nobody's gonna bitch about, you know, killing the business.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of cool. And like there's people that like the people that have followed TNA are rabid.
Oh, absolutely. They've been dedicated to a lot of bullshit for a long time.
TNA was on life support for like 20 years. So anybody that stayed with TNA the whole time are rabid, and they want good things to happen for their wrestlers.
How many times has Wrestle Talk, you know, gone ahead and given us the title of TNA dead? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And somehow they always come back and survive, you know.
And yet they'll get upset if you say TNA is doing good now and they're the number 2 company in North. I mean, it's true.
I mean, right? Makes you wonder.
But yeah. So no, I like that, and I like the fact that they've done this sort of. It's not as cheesy as an employee of the month thing, but it's like here's our outstanding. There's a word for it. I'm not getting it proper, but basically like outstanding performance. And it's not just for wrestlers; it's for the
VIP thing.
The VIP thing, and the one. There's one woman, I can't think of her name, but she's usually just beside the commentator area, and I think she sort of coordinates between the timekeepers and the referees and the announcers, and like a stagehand almost.
Yeah.
And she was the one that got the award for one of the shows.
See, and that's great.
And it's just like, it's fucking cool. Like, do that shit. Like,
that matters to people.
Don't wait for once a year to do like a Hall of Fame thing. If people are being awesome right now, tell them that they're being awesome right now, and share it with the audience that these people are awesome right now, and we acknowledge them being awesome right now.
Because all that does is foster a better community between your staff, your fans, your online presence. All of it is just boosted Because here you are, and now you're going ahead and creating. Like, not only are you fostering positivity, but you're doing it in a
I
way
think
that isn't fake.
two of the
It's
first people to get
genuine.
it. Two of the first people to get it were Casey Navarro and Zachary Wentz. Casey
See,
Navarro just went under the knife. We're not going to see him for like a year,
yeah,
um,
and
which is
Wentz
shit.
has
And
dealt with a lot.
Casey got like the last time we saw him on TV was him getting kicked out of first class just so
Yeah.
Rich Homie Swan could come back.
We got to bring him in.
But yeah, just nothing against any of the other girls in this match. Just because I kind of want to watch the world burn at this point, put the tag titles on Fatal Influence.
That would be so
Just because
fun.
people will bitch.
But think about it. JC's got the title. Let them take the tag titles for a little bit for the knockouts belts. That would be great. I still think Ash and Heather are going to retain, and then some team is going to beat them at Bound for Glory. I think that's going to be the impetus of the time for them to move on and get somebody else in there. But
and see, like you want to book heroes in
yeah,
TNA in this side of the
certainly.
I don't want
You
to
need
say the
someone to
war
root
because
for.
they're not doing an invasion thing, but like as far as like we want to get our gold back type thing, right?
Yes.
You're gonna have a hero that brings back the TNA title. It's probably gonna be Mike Santana. You're
Yes.
gonna have a hero that brings back the TNA Knockouts title. It's probably gonna be Masha Slamovich, who
Yes.
got the torch passed down to her by Jordan Grace on her way out, right? If you put the tag titles on Fatal Influence, there's probably going to be a hero that brings it back, and it's probably going to be the Inspiration.
Yeah.
The hint is in the name.
Exactly. They're a good choice. I would much rather it be that one-on-one scenario from them, but
I
hey,
would love,
we get what we get.
I don't. Some people that just want to start shit wouldn't like it, or they would pretend that they didn't like it, or there'd be fake outrage and whatever. I wish that WWE like would almost lean into their like, oh, WWE are the bad guy company, and just win all the TNA belts.
Take every one of them.
Not,
No, I
not,
get
not,
your
not just because.
no.
And then Bound for Glory becomes the night they got all their
the
gold
belt
back.
Yeah, like how cool would that be? That's such a inspirational, uplifting, moving. Just like, oh, we need the real Stone Cold story. Like
Exactly.
that's perfect.
And like I say, like I mentioned with the system earlier, it's where even the heels in TNA could get cheered for a night.
Yeah, exactly.
You can have your Charlotte Flair moment,
and we've seen it happen before. We've gotten this, so it's not out of the realm of possibility or a far reach of not happening. I mean, it absolutely can. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Fatal 4-Way. The women's match has got my name written all over it, and I'm really curious to see, is this the time
I want the Inspiration
where,
to win those titles.
Yeah,
they're not, but not right now, and
exactly.
not at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I want to see
and
it
see
here's the
other reason. Here's the other reason why I say let Fatal Influence win the titles this weekend, because it is a B pay-per-view. It is a Friday, what do you call it, TNA Plus special. It's not a proper Big 4, Big 5, big pay-per-view.
Yeah.
If you're TNA and you want to talk about like keeping score with the belts and whatever, take your losses on a small stage to set up your wins on the big stage.
Yes.
That's why I think Trick is going to fall at Bound for Glory. I think JC Jane's going to fall at Bound for Glory. I think it's all leading. It's a little bit of WWE where they've got a bunch of shows coming up, but really we're already thinking forward to Survivor Series.
Yeah, we've got that.
But there's like 4 or 5 steps in between, because we've got Bad Blood, we've got Clash in Paris, we've got Crown Jewel in Perth.
I mean, there's a lot coming up.
Yes. And the main event is going to be a lot of fun, right?
Absolutely.
I'm saying Moose ain't winning the title. Trick Williams ain't dropping the title yet. Bigger conversation to have here, and it's mostly happening on NXT, not on TNA. This whole situation with Trick and Moose and Oba and Javon Evans, right?
Yes.
I like all these guys. I'm intrigued by the combination of characters that we have going on here. It's getting dangerously close to being a little muddy.
Yes, it absolutely is.
You got you got 4 guys with 2 titles in the mix, and it's not like the JC Jane thing where she's going around JC 2 belts, look at me, big swinging Dick Jones and all this. It's 2 guys defending 2 different titles. Both champions are from one brand. Only one of the challengers is from. It's getting a bit muddy.
Yes.
I don't think it's muddy to the point that it's bad yet. It's not muddy to the point where it's past its peak, but
But
it does need to be the whole situation needs to be clarified a bit.
yeah.
Because what happens if Javon beats Trick? What is it, next
Mhm.
week on NXT?
Yeah.
If Javon beats Trick, then he's the one that gets to face Oba for the NXT championship, right? I'm right with that.
Yes.
But here's the thing. If Javon beats Trick, then that should get Javon a TNA title match as well.
Yeah. Not just
So
the
it's
NXT.
it's muddy as fuck.
Exactly.
And
It's
if
it's
Trick wins,
confusing. That's why
and if
when they aren't holding the main show's belt, but everything else is mixed up, it's like, ah, shit. What do you do? How do you?
yeah.
Like you said, things need to be. That's why this show has the 2 matches I'm looking forward to, but I feel like everything else falls short. I'm gonna say
The
Trick
one that I did
retains
here,
this match.
I do predict that we're gonna get to Bound for Glory and Santana is going to win the TNA title back for TNA. The counter that I've heard to this is instead of being the one to get TNA's title back, he's the one that steals a belt for TNA, which we had a cutoff, but yeah, I pretty much made my point already. Mike Santana takes the NXT belt instead of winning back the TNA belt. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that would be a hell of a hey, now I got yours and we have yours, and then they have to do a big, schmaz. But I feel like he's just gonna take the TNA title back, and that'll be his big, homecoming celebration. I brought this back for us. That's how
Yeah,
I'm perceiving it.
it's one of those. Did somebody steal your treasure and you want to bring the treasure back, or did somebody fuck with you and you brought back a scalp? Like, it's 2 different stories. Both of them are valid. I don't know which one I want to see. And the whole idea of Mike Santana versus Obafemi is just an interesting match I want to look at.
Absolutely.
I think I don't know how much I said before the cutoff, so I might be repetitive here. I don't know what that match looks like in the sense of Obafemi is incredibly awesome for the short time that he's been there. I don't want to take anything away from the guy, but every once in a blue moon you get a glimpse of okay, he is still new and feeling himself and whatever. So it's one of those I want to look at that match,
Yeah.
but I don't know what that match looks like. But that's for later on down the
I
way.
don't mean this disrespectfully. Obafemi is great. He's just not amazing yet. And that's not a slight
Yeah.
on him. He's coming from a non-wrestling background. He's an athlete, massive man, but everything from him
Well,
was
you say he's not amazing, right? But like,
oh, I mean, he is, but I'm saying you get my point.
No, but you say like he's great but not amazing, which is a fair. I think you're being
Yeah.
completely fair. I think that's an entirely fair assertion, right?
Yeah.
But my counter to that would be okay, but he's been there this short amount of time and he's great. Isn't that in itself amazing? And
Absolutely.
that's just me doing semantics a little bit.
Qualifiers.
Yeah. But I wanted to, and this is where I'm going to stumble again because I don't know where we left off, but the whole thing is muddy. Does Javon Evans go over
Yeah.
and
No, we
fight
got through that part. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, you don't know what happens because it's like, all right, Trick's got the title, but now they're fighting for the NXT title. That's why I didn't like the Inamara build originally, because he was going for the NXT title, but he had pinned the TNA champion. So it was just this whole, again, muddy confusion that didn't need to be. They had other ways to book it that should have been handled. So
Yeah. Anyways, to be repetitive one more time, I think the situation between all 4 of those guys is muddy, but I don't think any of it is bad yet. There's not a snowball's chance in hell, in my opinion, that Moose wins the title back from Trick on Friday. But that's not a dig at Moose. I just don't think that's where the story is.
yeah, exactly.
I think the story is with Mike Santana, either taking back their title or winning their title back. But yeah, that's it. We did 2 shows. We've talked for too long, and that's why tech support kicked us out.
Exactly.
TRIPLEMANIA is coming up. I'm interested in that as everything is still kind of new. Emergence, it's a TNA B show, but there's not stuff to look forward to.
Exactly. We're going to be hanging out and having fun.
We are going to be having fun, and I will most likely be joining Jake after Emergence to do a little bit of review recap type stuff. I won't be with Jake to review recap TRIPLEMANIA, unfortunately, but we never know what Sunday brings. We've got some other stuff
You
coming in
son
down
of
the
a
pipeline
bitch.
as well.
You know Anna.
No Anna. No Anna. Oh, Yoshiki Inamura wins the TNA title. Awesome.
I wouldn't hate it. I would
No.
like that. That's what probably should have happened in a sense because he beat Trick and pinned him anyways, you know.
Here's the
And
thing. Okay, here's the math though. Yoshiki Inamura from Noah representing NXT wins the TNA title.
talk about a head scratcher.
That might be some sort of unified title, except he's not going to carry 3 belts. Anyways, before technology kicks us in the dick again, Jake, my friend, tell them where to find you.
You can find me over on YouTube at Jake Countdown Ended DeMarco. And then you can find us maybe on TikTok at Jake Countdown Ended. And then as well on Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, and on Spotify. Search into somewhere at Countdown Ended.
Bam, and go bug him on X. Go bug him on
Absolutely.
X. You won your cage match with Elon Musk. It's fine.
Finally.
You got an
took
X
a-
account. You got an X account and a dick rocket out of the deal. And you guys know where to find me, or you wouldn't be here. I'm really fucking tired. Jake's really fucking tired. I've been Spaz. This has been Jake. This has been preview for 2 different shows. It's very tired in here. Subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation, keep all these conversations going. Don't be a stranger. I'll talk to each and every last one of you later. But for right now, me and stupid sexy Jake are hanging out. Bye.